The rupee stabilizes. The Indian rupee led gains amongst major Asian currencies and settled at a one-week high on Thursday thanks to dollar sales from foreign banks and softness in the US dollar, according to Reuters. The rupee closed at 86 rupees 66 paise against the dollar, slightly up for the day, and it was, more importantly, the best performer amongst regional currencies that rose thanks to a gain or gains in the Chinese yuan and the Japanese yen. The yen, by the way, has hit its strongest level in more than 2 months as investors ramped up bets on further rate hikes from the Bank of Japan. So, a few weeks ago it appeared, or we were led to believe, that the Reserve Bank of India was letting go and the rupee would somewhat float away to a more natural level. The last week or so does not suggest that that's really happening, with the Reserve Bank of India seemingly intervening quite often. So what's really going on? I reached out to Amit Pabari, forex expert, and I asked him how he was seeing the rupee and the management of it right now.
Other Asian currencies have got much more stronger as compared to rupee. So for example, USD CNH was trading at 7.37. It has moved from 7.37 to 7.26 kind of a level. USD JPY was trading close to 156, 157. And it has moved from 157 to close to 150. And as far as rupee is concerned, it has not appreciated that much compared to dollar index for other Asian currencies.
And these are the main Asian currencies. So, and what does that say about the dollar itself?
November to Jan was a time period when dollar was getting stronger in anticipation that Trump is going to put tariff, inflation is going to rise in the entire world, and emerging market countries will suffer because of their export getting down. Now that's look a little bit settled. I think, as you have discussed last time also at your channel, that if we see Trump, whatever he says in the election or whatever he says, he puts tariff by only 10 to 20% of that scale. So for an example, 2017, when he said it is going to put tariff by 25%, he has just put 5%. So basically that story gets, and if you understand Trump, he's a pro-businessman. So he doesn't want stronger dollar per se. That is why in 2017, dollar index was trading at 101. At that point of time, came down to 89 in 1 year. And in his entire 5-year tenure, dollar index never broken that 101 kind of a level. So it shows that, in a way, history have shown us that Trump does not like stronger dollar.
Interesting. Okay, so let me come to now what's happening here in India. So there was a feeling a few weeks ago that the Reserve Bank of India was likely to let the rupee go at least a little bit and float away. It appeared for some time that that was the case, but now it looks like we are back to some form of intervention and therefore the rupee seems to be holding. Would that be a correct assessment?
This reminds me of a famous Hindi film dialogue where they say, "Do not underestimate the power of a common man." I will say, do not underestimate the power of RBI. What I liked about this entire momentum was that it kept the trader, the speculator, the importer, the exporter all thinking what is coming next. And that is a sign what you want from a top level person in any institute or any place. So if everyone knows what I'm going to do, it doesn't make sense. So your moves are known. So by moving, from 84 it went to 88, and from 88 it came down to 86 and a half. That has kept the market confused. Prior to this move, last 14 months prior to this move, last 14, 18 months, it was only one-sided that our currency is going to get devalued. From 82 and a half, it is going to get 83, 83 and a half, 84. Although RBI was keeping in a range, but overall it was getting weaker only. So every time everyone wants to buy USD INR pair or want to go long in dollar. By this move, now people are scared. They cannot have one trade. And that is exactly what you want in the market, to have two-sided momentum. So the trader will not going to only go long. It can have both the sides momentum.
Does that mean that the Reserve Bank of India is allowing the rupee to therefore float a little bit or to find a natural level or not?
It was trading from 83 to 84. It was in a range-bound momentum. From 84 to 85, it took 478 days for rupee to come 1 rupee level. And from 85 to 86 in 15 days, 86 to 87, another 15, 20 days, and 87 to 88, 10 days. So basically, they have dealing, they are not controlling that much. But saying that they are coming the way they had come in between from 88 to 87. Dealers were saying probably they must have sold close to 10, $12 billion near 87.95. But because of that, it has come down to 86.50 or 86.80 kind of a level that point of time.
You just told me a little while ago that you're visiting a lot of exporters in southern India right now. So obviously they're all looking to understand how the rupee will behave because they're obviously trying to tie up contracts and things like that. So what are you telling them?
Between 2018 to 2021, what has happened? Volatility was there on both the sides. So probably being Trump era, you want to derive a value of dollar or rupee by doing some kind of fundamental analysis or technical analysis or quantitative analysis. In a normal scenario, that we give a weightage of 90% to all of this scenario and 10% on sentiments. But right now, the scenario is such that you have to give 60% weight to all of that and 40% weight on sentiments. And sentiments is primarily driven by what Trump will say tonight. So when you have such kind of a scenario, then the best way to solve the problem is to hedge your exposure well. Rather than predicting the value of rupee or dollar or euro or pound, it is better that you plan your hedges well. If you are planning your hedges well, then you will be able to sustain your margins. Otherwise, it will be very difficult for an exporter or importer